Most people try the law of attraction for 30 days, get nothing, and call it a scam. But here's what nobody tells you. They weren't doing it wrong because they lacked belief. They were doing it wrong because they misunderstood the one rule that makes the whole thing work. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that rule is and why it changes everything. Let's kill the biggest myth right now. The law of attraction is not about sitting on your couch, visualizing a Lamborghini, and waiting for it to appear in your driveway. That version was sold to you by people who made money selling hope. The real law of attraction is simpler and far more powerful. Your dominant thoughts shape your dominant actions. Your dominant actions shape your dominant results. That's it. That's the whole thing. What you consistently focus on, you consistently move toward, consciously or not. Your brain is not a wishing machine. It's a filtering machine. And whatever you program it to look for, it will find. Scientists call it the reticular activating system. You buy a white car, suddenly you see white cars everywhere. They were always there. You just never told your brain to notice them. The law of attraction works the same way, with opportunities, with people, with ideas. Here's where most people fail at step 1. They say, I want more money, or I want to be successful. That's not a goal, that's a wish. And your brain cannot act on a wish. You need to give your mind a specific target, not I want to be rich, but I want to generate $10,000 a month from an online business by December. The more specific the image in your head, the more your brain starts scanning every conversation, every scroll, every moment for something that moves you toward that exact target. Vague goals produce vague results. Precision is the activator. Now here's the part that sounds woo-woo, but is actually backed by psychology. You need to feel the emotion of the outcome before it arrives, not fake it, feel it. When you visualize your goal, your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. The same neural pathways fire. This is documented in neuroscience. Athletes who mentally rehearse perform nearly as well as those who physically practice. So every morning, spend 2 minutes not just thinking about your goal, but feeling what it will feel like to have it. The confidence, the freedom, the relief, the pride. That emotional state changes how you carry yourself, how you communicate, the risks you're willing to take. And those changes are what actually attract the results. Here's the rule nobody talks about. Visualization without action is just daydreaming. The law of attraction is not a replacement for effort. It's a multiplier of it. Once your mind is locked on a target and charged with the right emotion, you then have to build what I call the action bridge. The daily, consistent behaviors that close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Ask yourself every morning, what is the one action today that moves me closest to my goal? Not 10 things. 1. Do that one thing before anything else, before your phone, before your email, before the noise of the day pulls you off course. The universe doesn't reward those who believe the hardest. It rewards those who move the most consistently. So let's bring it together. The law of attraction works, but only when you give it something specific to work with, charge it with real emotion, and back it up with real action. Most people skip one of those 3. That's why most people stay average. You're not most people. That's why you're here. Start today. Pick your target, feel it, move toward it,